Last year when LG launched the LG G2, it was basically the nexus in LG's format. It had a couple of differences between usual traditional smartphones, and the buttons were at the back. The G2 also had impressive optics and inbuilt optical image stabilization, which made it one of the best camera phones available in the market last year, and it was also one of the best sold flagships for the company in a very long time. It's 2014, a year which was considered to be a year of 2K and 4K displays in smartphones. Most companies, including HTC and Samsung, decided to leave out the technology. LG arrived late to the market with their flagship, but was the first commercial company to introduce a 2K display in a smartphone. My name is Bharat Nagpal, and this is the LG G3 review on iGyaan. LG has been an underdog in the smartphone market for many years. That has started to change in the past couple of years, but LG still does not dominate the flagship market. This year might be slightly different. LG is a little late to the party, but it brings on something which is really unique and for a price that may impress a lot of people. The LG G3 is available in the market roughly for around 46 to 49,000 rupees and offers quite an impressive feature set along with excellent usability. Let's first start off with the specifications. The pièce de résistance of the LG G3 is the 2K display in the front, which is a 5.5-inch 1440 by 2560 pixel IPS LCD display. It gives it a whopping 534 pixels per inch along with a Gorilla Glass 3 in the front. The display, just like the display on the G2, has a minimalistic design and very little bezels, giving it a fantastic front look. Running all of this is a Qualcomm Snapdragon 801 chipset, which is running at 2.5 GHz on quad cores. You also have the Adreno 330 GPU. For storage, you have a 16 GB version with 2 GB of RAM, and then you have a 32 GB version with 3 GB of RAM. Over at the back, you have a 13 megapixel camera with optical image stabilization and something that LG calls laser autofocus, which we'll talk about in some time. The front has a 2.1 megapixel camera, and whereas the rear camera can record 4K video, the front camera records 1080p video. The device does run Android 4.4.2 KitKat, and LG was quick to confirm that the G3 is going to be one of the first devices to get the next version of Android L. On the inside is a lithium-ion 3000 mAh battery, which is removable for this time around, and you can also expand the storage up to 128 GB, also supporting some specific 1 TB cards, which was mentioned by LG at the time of launch. As far as build quality and design is concerned, the front of the device has an impressive thin bezel design, which not only looks good in the hand, but the minute you turn on the display, completely changes the appeal of the phone overall. The phone has been tapered over to the sides and the edges, and it fits comfortably in the palm of your hand. Despite it being slightly big, it'll fit in most hands thanks to the lack of thick bezels. LG has stuck to a very nice brushed aluminum back finish, but it's actually a plastic body overall, trying to keep the weight down below 150 grams, approximately at 149 grams for the LG G3. The whopping 3000 mAh battery is removable, and that also brings to notice the fact that the back panel of the device is also removable. Now, this is different from last year's LG G2, which had a unibody design, which was not appreciated by a lot of people, and by giving a removable battery, a lot of people have been made happy. The front does have Gorilla Glass 3, so it will prevent some sort of scratching and some impacts onto the front of the device, although a nice flip cover or a quick circle case is already available for the device, which you need to buy separately. LG has done a fantastic job with the improvements on their user interface, which was earlier known as the Optimus UI. A lot of people have been fans of this user interface for a very long time, but with this version, LG is bound to win the hearts of many others. The UI is clean with big fonts and great looking icons, which can also be customized as per the user's requirements. The user interface is really fast and responsive and does not lag whatsoever, no matter what kind of task you're running. High performance applications or even multitasking is very easy on the LG G3. As far as the display is concerned, the LG G3 does have a 2K display, where in terms of resolution, it's one of the highest that you can get in the market today. Very easily, commercially, this phone is available. So you get this 2K display in your hands, and compared to other flagships, it's priced quite reasonably and under the 50,000 rupee price bracket, or around the $700 to $800 price bracket, which makes it really affordable for the kind of specifications that it offers. The display has fantastic viewing angles. All the color correction or the color reproduction may not be very accurate. You do see hints of bluish tint like you would on AMOLED displays. Some have complained about the contrast ratio on this display, whereas on a day-to-day usage and from a usual user's usage point of view, all you see is beautiful colors, beautiful images, and beautiful, almost seamless video on the LG G3, which will really be appreciated by the user. Every time you turn on the display, you will want to look at it again and again. That's what LG has essentially done with this display. The higher resolution does cause the display and the phone to heat up on its own, and you will see certain warnings of the phone heating up. A lot of people have faced that, a lot of reviewers have faced that issue, although we personally have not faced that issue. So it's something that may be a hit or miss, and maybe they have rectified it, because we did see a software update rolled out in the past. As far as the display is concerned, it is possibly the most future-proof entity on this phone yet. For the next year at least, till the end of 2015, we won't be seeing anything more than a 2K display. So the minute other companies start rolling out 2K displays, you'll possibly already have the 2K display phone in your pocket, if and only if you go ahead and choose the LG G3 or one of the other 2K displays available in the market, with the safest bet, according to us, being the LG G3. Now, phone networks and capability of phone calling, etc. is pretty phenomenal on this. You get LTE out of the box, which is, more than being said, amazing for a device available in India, because till now we've only seen 3G enabled devices, and 2014 has essentially been a year of 4G, with HTC launching the 4G enabled One M8. This one is going to be LTE enabled out of the box, and it works with all the bands that India will need. So the LG G3 may as well be the first fully 4G LTE enabled phone for the country, which makes it a good choice again for future-proof capabilities, because although 4G networks are not here yet, it is estimated by the first quarter of 2015 we'll be rolling into 4G networks, and you will have a better off chance of going into that with a future-proof phone in terms of network capability. That would be the LG G3. Of course, there are other products now available with the LTE Galaxy S5 now available. iPhones have been supporting LTE for quite some time, so they'll work in India as well. But coming back to the G3, the camera is one of the most talked about features of the LG G3. It does have something that LG calls a laser autofocus system. What that does is it shoots a ray essentially of infrared light, and it captures or it hits and bounces back from the subject that your camera is trying to focus on, and it sends the signal back to the device. What that allows the phone to do is assert the distance between yourself and the subject, and then give you a quick, almost instantaneous focus onto the subject. We found this to be really accurate, especially in conditions where you would really struggle focusing on subjects in low light areas at dark time, where it's party time, at night time essentially. But does the focus really make a world of a difference? For those people who like clicking pictures a lot, it will make a world of a difference, and they'll enjoy clicking pictures on this simply because the focus capability is great. Although the kind of images that we get at the end may not be so vibrant and full of color and life, which continues on with the G3. You don't get over-saturated images, which a lot of smartphone users have liked and gone on to appreciate. Whereas on the LG G3, you see more natural color of light and more natural kind of images with the G3, the focus going on the quick focusing capabilities and the tap to focus capabilities. You do get a bunch of pin type focus points when you tap on your subject, and then you can adjust them according to your requirements. You also get dual focus capabilities, where you need to move your phone around in a funny manner to get focus onto a subject, try to 3D it or try to change the focus value and move in, move out. So something like selective focus on other phones, and something like what HTC M8 does with its dual camera setup, but this does it in software more or so than hardware. The interface is really easy to use on the camera, very basic, and they have added this new selfie feature wherein which you just raise your palm and then convert it into a fist, and then the camera starts to take a picture, which is good, and it can come in handy for a lot of people trying to take selfies, wherein which you don't want to show a gesture within your picture, and you don't always want to be caught with a V sign or any form of hand gesture within your picture. You can get a selfie. It takes about 2 to 3 seconds to take a picture for you, but you get a really stable front-facing shot, and that can be used by a lot of people. And everyone I've given it to, a lot of people who like taking a lot of selfies, have really enjoyed and found this feature to be really useful in their daily lives. So if you're one of those guys who likes to take a lot of selfies, you'll truly enjoy the front-facing camera experience on the LG G3. Now, battery life was pretty impressive on the LG G3, although a lot of people have been complaining that with the 2K display we'll not see excellent battery. That is really not the case with the G3. Seen phenomenal battery life from the G3. From day to end, almost the G3 runs through without any issues, without requiring a recharge most of the time, and we still have about 15 to 20% battery remaining at the end of the day. So no problems there. We've used it extensively on a day-to-day basis, and battery life seems to be fantastic, almost seamless, so no complaints with the battery life. Of course, you can also replace the battery. It is a user replaceable battery, and if you want to go out and get a battery for yourself, you might as well do that, but the gray area in that remains where and what battery you should get for yourself, and if LG will sell spare original batteries for the users to really buy. Overall, with the kind of design, the hardware, the pricing, the software experience, including the quick sort of notifications that LG has added onto the home screen, smart notices that tell you that your battery life is about to go, or it's raining, you might want to take an umbrella, or something that they've taken from Google now and implemented on the home screen, starts to make a slightly more personalized experience of a smartphone. You can customize it to quite an extent, change icons of all your applications without needing to install any third-party applications. Overall interface is fantastic, really smooth. The 2K display does not take a hit on graphics, does not slow down the phone at all, and LG has optimized their UI to really work in your favor. The camera is fantastic in low light conditions, really good focusing, really nice pictures, even with the dual LED flash that uses an amber and a white light. It gives you excellent color reproduction with the flash on, which means that midnight shots or completely dark shots also come out with accurate color, which was really difficult with a single LED flash. They've really worked to give you a good experience overall, and this, according to us, the LG G3 is the most complete and well-rounded smartphone on Android available today. One of the best experiences that you can get, and for a price that truly makes it worthwhile if you compare it to the other devices in the market. Yes, it's not made of metal. Yes, it does lack a few features of other devices, and yes, it's slightly on the expensive side if you compare it to devices like the recent additions into the Chinese marketplace that have come into India, like OnePlus One, which offer quite similar spec sets but offer it for a low price. This LG G3 is much higher. It's a flagship phone, and it truly is worthy of that title. And if you're looking for a flagship phone on Android, the LG G3 is going to be a tough one to beat for a lot of companies in the coming future, and we personally feel that it is going to give you the most well-deserving, well-rounded experience with forward capabilities for at least a year or two, with its 2K display, with 4G capabilities. If you get the 3GB version, you're more or less sorted for a lot of updates in the coming future from Android as well. So all in all, LG has done a fantastic job with the G3, and we are mighty impressed, and LG is going to be a company to look out for in the near future. So that has been our review of the LG G3. Please give this video a thumbs up if it helped you out. Be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube. Check out our other channels and catch us on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, and get on iGyaan for your daily dose of tech. This has been Bharat Nagpal. Thank you guys for watching.